Hello. So, turn this around this way. Okay. Hello. Welcome to the new subscribers, and welcome to the subscribers I already had. Um, Welcome to my channel. My name is Laurel. I either go by Laurel or Danny, which is short for my middle name, which is Danielle. So first I'm start off with the tour of what's been going on, which there is a lot going on this hair journey and in my life, period. But anyway, I'm going to do a tour. I hope you can see it. I don't know. I have different lengths. The longest piece is at the bottom of the mug. Well, let's see. Yeah, the bottom of the back. So anyway, I have these pieces that are joining. These are the loose-looselies that I was talking about in previous videos. They're forming. They are forming. I got some back here sticking out. There's little pieces. This piece here, which is combining, and this piece here. We got a lot of combining going on. A lot. Look at all that. Oh, that's gonna be one lot. And so I wanted to come on and talk about, of course, the hair journey, but I wanted to talk about discipline and how people that have locks, people tend to think that people who have locks don't have discipline or can't do their hair, don't know how to do their hair, don't want to do their hair. And I'm here to tell you that this has required discipline. This has required dedication. And even with these loosies, to leave them alone, to allow them to form. I am up for it. I need a detox for my hair. Whenever it starts to see these little white pieces, I know it's time for me to soak it in some. I do an ACV soap, and so I'll probably do that. But yeah, it requires discipline, and so I wanted to talk about my channel is where I integrate my hair journey with things that are going on in my life, things that I don't mind sharing. And so one of those things that I don't mind sharing is disciplining our children. And so specifically in the African American or Black or melanated or indigenous people, whatever you refer to or identify yourself as, a lot of us tend to think that our children are going to mind us, or going to listen to us, and they're going to do what we say when we say do it. And that we feel like, there's some kind of honor, like, yeah, I don't play when it comes to my kid, my child listen to me. They're going to listen to me. And that's fine, and that's wonderful. But there are times when our children may have something going on developmentally, or may have something going on within certain parts of the brain that deal with function, that deal with logic and reason, that deal with, I forget the name of it, cognitive processing, that deals with executive functioning. So you may tell your child to do something, and the next second they forget, and they honestly forgot. It's not always just them being rebellious or being disobedient. Sometimes it's really a thing of they didn't process it, or they couldn't remember, or it's just be a number of things. The thing is that we have to understand that the brain's development is a major factor when it pertains to development. And so if something didn't get fully developed, or if something developed differently, then it's going to cause different responses in life, different reactions, different behaviors. And so we have to be mindful of that. So anyway, I'm sharing all that to say that the amount of discipline it takes to rear a child and not respond to their energy. If they haven't get an attitude, or if they have a meltdown, a temper tantrum, or whatever, the level of discipline it requires to respond proactively instead of reacting and going off on them. To be proactive and see, okay, let's see here what's really going on. Let's see if there is something else going on that's beyond the surface. That's beyond just them being disobedient or rebellious or not minding us. Sometimes it's not that. A lot of times I'm noticing it's not that. But a lot of us have been so quick to just, not want to be embarrassed because they're not listening. So what happened was I recently discovered that my daughter has a form of autism called Asperger's. And I diagnosed her first. I realized that she would not look to people when they're talking to her. She was, it wasn't just not wanting to do it. It was a thing that she couldn't do it. And see, now some parent might go off on her and say, you need to speak to people that's rude and tear her behind up. But what if it's something that really she cannot control? What if it's something that's really going on? So we have to take that in consideration, and we have to be so aware that we don't allow children who are highly intelligent or intellectual, which my child is, that she doesn't use that as an excuse or to manipulate. I have to be mindful of that, very aware. So I discovered that she has that, took her to her doctor, her pediatrician, and she unofficially diagnosed her, and we have to go to a psychologist to basically confirm it, because I already know that she does, just by observing and doing, reflecting on different behaviors. And honestly, to be honest, my mom spotted it out when she was really younger, like 2 or 3, but I was in denial. Like, no, she didn't have that. She's just going through her toddler stage or whatever. And so anyway, to be honest, my mom already knew, but I had to come to that awareness on my own. And it became evident during some recent events that, yeah, that's going on. So how much more discipline is required to react when our children are given a certain energy and we match that energy? How much discipline does that take, as opposed to remaining calm and being proactive and finding a solution, not just, I'm going to whip you because you didn't do what I say? Because I'm here to tell you that my child, I tried. I did not want to do spanking. That's my belief. I don't subscribe to that. You have to know your child. I know my child did not respond well to that. I tried it after everybody kept getting in my head, and it was a stupid decision. It did not work. So I may have done that 2 or 3 times at the most, and usually when it was done, I was angry, and that's not cool. That's not a tool. That's not going to encourage change behavior. And so I knew that she didn't want to get in trouble. No child wants to get in trouble. Most children don't want to get in trouble. And I know my child didn't want to get in trouble. So even when I would take things from her, that didn't work either. So what I found worked for me is talking to her, because she's highly intellectual, very logical, very, as a matter of fact, I know, to give an example, we were in the doctor's office and the doctor was asking us how often does she have a bowel movement or how often does she go to the bathroom. And so I looked, and then I looked at my daughter, and my daughter's looking at me, looking at myself and my mother. And she says, however many times I need to go. Like, it's logical. Like, why would you ask me how many? In other words, she didn't know really the actual answer, but common sense tells you however many times I need to go. So she's very logical. Um, and so having conversations with her about behavior, when she's having a moment or a temper tantrum or whatever is going on, the way I respond in that moment is a hug first. She needs to feel secure and loved in that moment, whatever's going on. And so what if we responded that way? And I know that I'm not saying that this will work for every child, but I'm just saying love speaks, love listens. And then what happens is that energy, when it's poured out onto the child, the child energy is open. I mean, our child's heart is open and receptive in that moment. And when we respond with anger, it makes them angry. It breaks them a piece away. It breaks a piece away from them or a part of them. And so I said I was not going to make this video be long. But anyway, so I just want to share that discipline is not always let me get them. Sometimes, a lot of times for me, it's been let me listen. Let me understand what's going on. Let me make sure they're not responding to my behavior, to my energy. You know, I am the adult, whatever that means. I am the adult. I am the one who was here to guide her. So if I am matching her energy, then where's my discipline? I'm supposed to be the disciplined one and not allowing someone to control my emotions. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to get upset. Doesn't mean I'm not going to get frustrated. But the way I respond is what can be an effective tool. And I'm not just speaking for children who have, parents who have children who have autism or Asperger's, which is, like I said, is a high functioning aspect of autism. Trying to think if there was something else. I think that's it that I wanted to talk about really quickly. All right. So thanks for watching. Peace.